Why most men do not open up to their partner, to their women? Watch this video to the end and you will understand why. If you're a man, you understand more, and a woman, you know how to approach your partner well so they can be able to open up to you. Because most men struggle with that. And it's because we women, we don't want them. We feel like we are making them to open up, but we don't. The biggest reason ever is because we don't create a safe space for them to open up. There's a difference for you to ask, how are you? That's different from how are you really feeling? Tell me how you are really feeling. That is telling that person that you want to know more. But, and also asking, how are you? Just like check a box to say that I check to know how you're faring. These are two different questions. We tend to not create a safe space for the man to feel safe, to feel comfortable, to feel like somebody's gonna listen to without judging. We always fail, we women, because we already are judging before already asking the question. We already have answers in our heads before just wanting to confirm from the man. Whereas that's not what is happening. Men want to get to that level where they can open up to you and share the things that are bothering them and tell you how they are feeling and share everything. But we tend not to create a safe space. Because how will you tell a man, trust me on this, and honey, I'm gonna listen. And while he's talking, you're pressing your phone. I'm pressing my phone. If it's you, you will know they're not listening. They're just checking the box. How will I tell you something? How will a man be sharing something and sharing his feelings and you're not validating the feelings? What you're doing, you're listening and looking at the loopholes and looking at the things that he did wrong and not getting the message that he is out to let it out to you. And we don't just listen and end there. We listen, and guess what? When we have a little conflict or a little misunderstanding, we throw them. We throw the things that they shared to us in confidence. They shared to us when they were vulnerable. They shared to us during their emotional breakdown time. We throw them to their face. How will you even be good enough when you did this, you did that, you went here, you went up, down? And you say, oh, these men, you can never trust a man. They are so secretive. They will withhold information like crazy because they feel safer when they don't tell you the information. Immediately they share it with you. It's like you're going crazy and you're using it against them. All men have self-pride. No man want to hear you throw or say the things that they did wrong to their faces. It's like you're letting them down. It's like you're throwing back their vomit to them, and they don't like that. So if you want your man to be that man that will open up for you, number one, learn how to listen and listen attentively. Learn how to create a space in your head, in your heart, in your house, in your surrounding for him to feel safe to talk with you. Let him know that you're his priority, that he's your priority. And when he knows and feels comfortable, he's gonna let it out. You'll see his vulnerable part. You'll see that part of him that you've never seen before. He will share you those things that he'd never shared with somebody before. And you know another thing? Don't judge. Just listen. Because he want to hear you listen. And make sure you put it in a Ziploc bag and zip it up. Remember, don't use it or throw it to his face when you guys have an issue. Because that's what you are not rewarding his honesty. The only way you can reward his honesty can say, recognize, appreciate, and tell, I see where you're coming from. Now I see why you behave this way. It is the trauma that you experience. Oh, honey, I now understand. Thank you for sharing. Validate. Give him a reward and say, honey, I always like when you have this kind of things. Let's share together. Share with me. Trust me on this. I will be your confidant. Because when you do that, guess what? The man knows that I trust this person. I know this person can never use this against me. Never you throw it to his face. Because when he gets it once, twice, and he shares it the first time, shares it the second time, and shares it the third time, and you don't throw it to his face, oh, that time, it's going to give him more trust in you. You've earned trust, you've earned love, you brought your man closer, and you guys are doing great. But if you're that woman who pick fault in everything, trust me, he's never gonna share with you. A man shared how he went for a therapist, went to see a counselor, and when he went, it was a lady. So the lady greeted him and said, how are you feeling? And he said, oh, I'm doing okay. My business is booming. I have everything, wife and children, and they're doing okay. I have nothing to be worried about. Just came to check to know how I'm doing. And the woman listened and said, thank you. How are you really feeling inside in terms of your emotions and everything? How is everything going inside you? First, this man was shocked because he recounted what he always recount to his wife, and he thought he's answered the question. The lady went ahead to ask the question, this time more calmer and adding some little words that were not there in the first question. And guess what? This man realized that the answer he gave, the woman didn't think it was enough. And when she asked, how you feeling inside, your emotional well-being, how you feeling, it now brought this man to go to a different headspace. So now he moved from saying business is doing well, family is doing well, kids, wife doing well, to focus on him, on himself. And guess what? He broke into tears. He broke into tears because he realized what he was sharing, what he gave the woman is not what the woman wants. The woman wants to know what's happening inside him. So it took him a while, because nobody has ever asked and insistently asked to know how he's faring inside. So he broke into tears in this and started to share what was going on inside him. And this man said this was the first woman or the first person he has ever opened up to after his mom. So his mom was his confidant as he was growing. He was the person he will always open up to. And as an adult, he hasn't found that person that will get him to that stage to be able to open up until that day that he realized he opened up. And he said, it's not that I don't like to open up. I want to have a safe space where I can open up. I want to be at that level where I feel like, okay, this is the time to talk. I don't want to share something with somebody who will use it against me. With somebody who will not, instead of rewarding me for honesty, will use it to castigate me. Will use it to degrade me. Will use it to make me look stupid in front of my friends. No. And so that's the more reason I don't get to share my story or share how I feel in the inside. I would rather protect it and build walls around it so it's safe than share with somebody who will not value it and treat it with love. That's, why I share this story to you today. So that you ask yourself, have you ever created or are you creating a safe space for your partner to be able to share the things that bother them? Or are you that man or woman who will judge your partner? And usually men will say, oh, they are women. Women always rant. They always rant. All they know is their mouth. They can't say anything reasonable. There are times your partner wants you to validate their emotions. There are times your partner wants you to share, to open up, to tell them where you're coming from. Because at times you will wonder why this person behaves this way. Why would she or he respond that way? It depends where that person is coming from. The person's upbringing, a lot of things that have happened in their lives or are still happening, or something that person is holding on to that has never let go. All that gets to happen. But if you don't create that safe space, that safe environment, that listening ear, ready to just listen. At times, your comments are not worth it. The listening is what somebody needs. That's all. I just wanted you to listen to and ask yourself, reflection question, how am I doing with my partner? Am I creating that safe space? Apart from creating the safe space, what other thing do you do so that your man could open up? Please share those ideas so that other people could read in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.